Thank you once again for watching Miguel 139. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to do updates, step-by-step preparation, downloading the firmware, and what do you need in order to start the process. So please stay tuned. Okay, first we're gonna be, in my case, I'm using battery number 1, and you open the port for the battery, and you just slide that one in, and the battery eventually start to charge, and then it's just a matter of time for you to charge both of them. In your case, if you have more than 1 or 2, make sure that you charge your battery, and that way you play safe. You never know if you're going to have any issues with your firmware update, and if that's the case, at least you have fully charged battery, and then you can do whatever needs to be done in order for you to have a successful firmware update. Available. The phone actually do its thing and actually update my phone. To turn it off, now we're gonna take the MicroSD card. Take the MicroSD card. This is a SD card that we're gonna be inserting in the computer. The update or the new firmware into this MicroSD card, which I just show you is here. Okay, and we're gonna take it to the computer. after downloading the firmware, the new firmware, in my case for the professional, we take it out of this adapter. We take it out of the adapter, and while the Phantom is off, we're gonna insert it in the gimbal. While the Phantom is off, always you can take the SD card out, or you can insert the micro SD card in. Never do it while you have the Phantom on, because you could damage your micro SD card or the information containing the micro SD card, okay? Just as a precaution. With a fully charged battery, we're gonna only to turn on only the aircraft. Only the aircraft. We're gonna only turn off the aircraft. Already had the micro SD card inserted. And game on. So now the upgrade is taking place. I just want to show you this visual. The LED light at the front of the gimbal is turning, blinking red and green. Red and green. You also have sound confirmation for DDDD 4 times. And now it's just a matter of patience, a lot of patience. And let's see how long it's going to take before we complete the process, okay? It's just a matter of waiting right now. Just keep an eye on this right here. And the sound. 2 things to pay attention to. The blinking LED light and the sound. And after you see the change and you see the solid green LED light at the front, then you know that the update has been successful, okay? You keep hearing the 4 DDDs. You saw that it was blinking only green, and then it switched back again to green and red. Keep an eye on those. And let's see what happened in a little while, okay? We'll be back. Just 1 second. Okay, now quiet please, okay? I'm gonna be talking. Okay, now you can see the visual that there's a solid LED light and it's solid green, no blinking. Three digit Three times. Three times. And solid LED light, which means that the firmware upgrade has been completed. Okay, after that we will be able to take out the microSD card, take it to the computer and see the test result. But first we have to turn off the aircraft. Okay, and as usual we do the 1 2 to turn it off. Now we're gonna take the micro SD card. Take the micro SD card out of the Phantom while it's still off. Now insert micro SD card into the adapter and take it to your computer. The next step is to go to your app store in your tablet or iPhone. You hit the search button, then you enter DJI. You will look for DJI GO App, okay, which is right there. You're gonna scroll down, but if that's not your case, you should be able to see, instead of open, you should be able to see a notification telling you to update. You just touch there and your phone or your tablet will update to the newest version. Once that's done, and what we're going to be doing is to touching that section which said firmware upgrade required. And as you can see, now we are in the overall status subpage. And there you see the message RC requires upgrade. Basically what you need to do is touch the download firmware option, okay? And you can see now that it's taking place. You can see that the firmware version is the 1.6.0 and firmware downloaded. Do not disconnect the remote controller from the mobile device and make sure that it has more than 50% power. Make sure that it has more than 50% power. Upgrade will take approximately 10 minutes. Do not turn off the remote controller during the upgrade. Just when you're ready and after you make sure that have more than 50%, then you touch Start Upgrade. Here you see the blue light. And you actually able to see that the upgrade is showing the progress in terms of percentage. Also, it's giving you the information that the current version was, or still is, 1.5.80, and the newest version is 1.6.0. You have the visual right there that the upgrade is still taking place. You also have visual here, 75%. And as you can see, has completed the upgrade. Now it said RC upgraded to the latest version 1.6.0. Reboot your RC. What that means is that what you need to do now is basically to turn your remote controller off and turn it back on. Also, I just want to show you that there's no longer a blue light here. Now it's green. Okay, so let's turn it off. It's off right now. Let's turn it back on. And let's wait for the controller. You can see now that the previous message is gone. Now what we're gonna do is let's go back. Now you can see that the overall status under aircraft status page is normal. If you touch there, you don't see any message. Okay, I just want to let you know that the aircraft was not on during this part of the process. Okay, so usually what I do is I just go back and then I close this. And we are going to bring a new fresh battery, which I labeled this one as number 2. Number 2. The reason why you're doing this is because you want the new firmware information also to be added to your smart battery, and that's the only reason why we're doing this. But this time I'm gonna be actually turning on the remote controller. Just want to show you that the app is already activated. I'm gonna turn it on. And I don't know if you can see that is on. After that, I turn on the Phantom. What we're gonna be doing, we're gonna go to this little corner right here on the upper right side of the screen, 3 little dots. Okay, and usually you will be able to see this page, which is the general setting page or screen. Scroll down all the way to the end. There you will be able to see the option of about, You touch that option and it's gonna take you to the About page, and there you will be able to see the three options. I want to show you right there, and not the three options, the three versions. The version for the app is 2.7.2. The aircraft, which is the new version, is 1.8.80. The version for the remote controller is 1.6.0. No questions about it. I can show you also that there's communication between the aircraft. If you look right there, there's a green light right there. And if we turn around the aircraft, you see it's a green light on the front. But to see if you have communication between your remote controller and your aircraft, is that green light right there. That green light right there, that is communication between the aircraft and the remote controller. Okay, this other little hole that is there is when you have maybe reconnect to a new remote controller, or when you buy a new aircraft and you need to reconnect to your remote controller so they can search for each other. Okay, I just want to show you that I'm using my cell phone as a level, and I'm using a hard solid plexiglass piece of plexiglass, okay, and I shim just a tiny bit at the end. Make sure that you use a solid plywood, or the surface that you're using is completely level before you place your Phantom on it, okay? We are level. The Phantom is off. We made sure that its resting is perfectly level. And what we're gonna be doing now is basically the IMU calibration, which you should be doing every time you have a crash after updates of firmware, and or if you bump it and hit it against something really hard. You should be doing this every single time. What we're gonna be doing now is setting up the app. Okay, after we know that the Phantom is called to the touch, surface level, we're gonna turn it back on, and as soon as the Phantom is on, we're gonna look for that option of the sensors. To go to the sensors, we're gonna touch the three dots. We're gonna touch the little drone icon. Once we are in the advanced settings, we're gonna look for sensors, touch sensors, IMU calibration, and we're gonna start IMU calibration and hit OK. And don't touch it, don't bump it, don't do anything. Don't even walk in that room. And that's precisely what I'm doing. The IMU calibration is in progress. The battery is fully charged. Nothing is touching. That cell phone right there is basically the one I use to double verify that the surface was level, and it's gonna take a few minutes. Just wait until the calibration is completed. It's gonna take only a few minutes. Do yourself a favor. Make sure that you're using a room that nobody's gonna be using. Nobody's walking around, running around, pets, dogs or cat jumping all over the place, running, jumping on the table that you're using. Make sure that you eliminate all the possible scenarios that are gonna make this process unsuccessful. I just want to show you that now down here in red, you can see that now said calibrated. It only took like 5 minutes. You don't bump it, you don't touch it. And the next step basically is to go into doing a calibration for the gimbal, and that's very easy. But first we have to get out of here. We're just gonna X out, or actually let's go back, and we're going into the gimbal right there, touch gimbal. Then you have a few options. The option that we're gonna be using is gimbal auto calibration. Touch it, check aircraft is level, nothing is obstructing the range, motion, and so on. This is just for you to make sure that it's level. Once we know that already, touch OK, and now you will be able to see the gimbal doing some little movement. And those movement basically is for making sure that it's nice and level. And once it's done, it won't even give you a notification that it's done. But I show you right now. You go to either you actually can go right here. Go to the gimbal. And you see that you don't have any message or anything. If you would like to do it again, you can actually do that. These are the two options for the gimbal to follow or to FPV. The one I'm using is the follow. Basically, that one is where it allows the camera on the gimbal to move smoothly. Okay? And that's the one you want. If not, the other one, it's gonna look like you are flying one of those racer drones. And after that, you all set. Make sure that you take your drone for a test drive. Make sure that you are not flying too high. Just to make sure that if something happened, and it fall, at least it's not falling from too high. And at least will hopefully give you some time to lower it to ground level. Hopefully that's not the case, and I'm gonna be doing exactly that and showing you guys a nice video. So hope this helped you.